Hey, I wanted to get this quick video out while I got a few minutes here. Get a lot of things going on, real busy. So I wanted to, and this is really important. It took me many years before I heard this and got it, and it really explains a lot of how things work in the matrix, the universe. So here's the deal. Everything is energy. Matter has never been proven to exist. Science and everyone goes on like, it does and it is, but guess what? It's not. You don't believe me? I challenge anyone to go out and prove that matter exists or find someone that did. Thing is, when they take atoms in the huge colliders they have, they smash them into smaller pieces, and when they get smaller and smaller, they're just basically more empty space. So here's the deal. All right, if you take an atom and you blow it up so that the nucleus is about the size of a tennis ball, and so at that size, the electrons would be about the size of a pea, and they would be about 200 yards away, maybe 3, somewhere in that ballpark. So as you can see, an atom is mostly empty space. So what is in that space? Well, of course, it has to have energy, or it can't move. Nothing moves without energy. Nothing exists without energy. So the atom is basically energy. Now, as I already said, when they take those pieces, the protons, neutrons, electrons, they smash them into little pieces. Guess what? They do have some more little pieces, but it's mostly space. And then when they smash those pieces, it's just more space, basically. So the reason why things seem so dense and solid is because the electrons are spinning at almost the speed of light. Now, to me, that is like, wow, really, that's really, really cool, I think. And because that's me. I mean, my body is made up of atoms, and this chair and everything. And it's just billions and billions and trillions of atoms with the electrons spinning at almost the speed of light. That's really, really fast. So now imagine if you had a rod, a shaft that spun, okay? And you at the top you had a string with a ball tied on the end. And when it was not moving, the ball would be hanging down. So let's say you fire the thing up, and the control goes to light speed on it, right? Okay? So you can go say 2 miles an hour, or you can go light speed. So you fire it up, and the thing starts slowly spinning, and ball's here, and it comes out, right? And now it's going around, and let's say you put your hand out, so the ball, as it's going around, is hitting your hand. It's picking up speed and going faster and faster and faster. Now, it would not even need to get close to the speed of light. I would suspect at 100 miles an hour, maybe a couple hundred miles an hour, I don't really know this, that it would be going so fast that you could not push your hand past that ball. No way. You could not do it. Okay? So that's why this feels solid. It's just space. It's just energy. And there are different frequencies of energy. And the overall dynamic of energy in universe is masculine and feminine. They balance each other out. Without the two, the physical universe could not exist. Okay? Without the sun, the masculine, the feminine, the earth could not exist. So we have this amazing balance. A symbol of this, now the basic symbol for the universe in its most simplistic form would be simply a circle. Okay? There's a very interesting and very extremely powerful symbol, which is a circle with a dot in the center. And this symbolizes basically universe, yes, but it's meant to convey universal consciousness versus the false consciousness, the ego consciousness, the earthly consciousness, that part of our brain that just thinks. So the circle is the ego, okay? And what you do when you're stuck in ego is you just go, all right, let's say here's a circle, okay? So you just go round and round and round. You're thinking about your girlfriend, okay? Then you go over here and you're thinking about your girlfriend, and you're thinking about your parents, and then you're thinking about how you're going to pay your bills, and then you're thinking about this, and you just repeat those thought patterns over and over, and you just go round and round and round like a dog trying to catch his tail to find himself. Never works, never happens. But we're not going to go into ego in this video deeply. Covered it a bit in other videos. So what is the dot? The dot is your higher self. You're going round and round in the circle. You want to get out. See, you're going around and around in a circle trying to figure out how to solve your problems. You think, oh, I got it, and do this, and no, you're still trying to solve the same bullshit that you created riding the circle with the circle, the ego. And the definition of insanity, according to Albert Einstein, is trying to solve problems with the same mind that created is the sign of insanity. And it is insane. It's totally insane. So stop being insane and get off the damn circle and go to the center. And you can just sit and watch. That's where, once you get into that mind, you're in the center. Now, the circle, remember, is symbol for universe. Also, now once you get into the center, now you are in the center of the universe. And you will perceive it as that, at times at least. So that's very powerful. So yeah, the universe is, the circle. It's everything that exists. We're not going to get into other universes. We don't need to be concerned about that. So the yin yang is the circle with the feminine and the masculine perfectly balanced. That's universe right there. So the yin yang symbol is without the circle it wouldn't quite be right, but the circle's there. So whatever. So everything is energy. When you start thinking and seeing this, you'll start to see through the illusion. Now, one little other piece of this, what happens if you speed up the electrons past the speed of light? There's a lot of interesting theories by dudes like good old Albert as to what would happen. Well, let's say you sped up all the electrons in your body. Your body would disappear. You would move into the next dimension, the astral plane. So when you think about doing something really miraculous, what most people would consider impossible, like let's say walking through a wall. Let's say you wanted to walk through the wall. Let's say you were arrested for some bullshit reason, okay? And you wanted to walk through the walls. So all you have to do is speed up all the electrons in your body just a little bit. Boom! You're gone. Move right out. This is how, in my research, advanced extraterrestrial races travel such vast distances in the universe. They speed up the electrons. Now they're using technology to do this. They speed up all the electrons and everything, including the beings in the spaceship, enough where they basically they wink out. Now they're in another dimension. Now they can go anywhere like that. On the astral plane, you travel by thought. You can go from one end of the universe to the other end of the universe in an instant. How cool is that? How simple is that? So that's why a lot of UFO videos show UFOs, they're hovering around there, they disappear. And then maybe they'll show up over here, okay? That's what's going on. So spend some time thinking about this and realize the illusion of this physical dimension. It's just energy. Now, all energy everywhere affects every other energy. That's the theory behind astrology. If you can figure out where this planet's going to be and this occurrence and this and that, what these energies are doing and how they're going to influence you, then you can figure out what likely is going to be manifested in your life. Make sense? Makes sense to me. So, when you walk into a room with a really, really happy person, you feel it. When you walk into a room with a really, really pissed off person, you feel it. Unless you have been practicing meditation for many years and you have excellent self-control, then you can go in and you can use your energy to pull the angry person out of anger. And this works every time. When you have the skill to do this, when you can stay in a state of, when you can stay in the center of the circle and be in that bliss and love, that person cannot stay angry. It's impossible. I've seen this happen many times. And besides, you don't give a shit anyways. It's not your anger. If they want to hurt themselves that way, I mean, you understand they don't have control. But still, they're not meditating, so they're not making the choice to end it. So, it's theirs. It's not mine. I'm staying in my bliss. Why should I give them the power to take away my bliss? It's my power. It's my bliss. We live in a sea of love. We live in an infinite sea of love. And a sea of this sea is infinite abundance. Allow this sea of love and abundance to take care of everything that you need and want, now and always. Surrender to it. Be aware of it. And detach yourself from this bullshit. It's just energy. And you ain't taking it with you. You won't need it where you're going when you cut out of this lifetime. So there you go. Everything is energy. You live in a sea of energy. But your ego, being on the circle, closes you off to it. Move to the center. Then it's like the analogy, the upside down cup, glass at the bottom of the ocean. There's no sea in there. Flip it up. That's all you have to do. Water rushes in. Same with meditation. Shut this freaking thing off and you turn the cup up. You open yourself up to the sea, and it comes in, and you're filled with the love. And abundance shows up and takes care of everything. So, peace, bliss. We'll talk to you.
Ah, scurvy dog.